Hello guys, welcome back to Chuck D Football TV, back with another one on Chuck D Football TV. So for those of you that have heard, right, about the Real Madrid Endrick debacle at the moment, that is really what I want to talk about, right? So for those of you that are new to this channel, please keep it locked on this channel, subscribe, all that good stuff. And for my recurring viewers, welcome back to another one. So I want to talk about the Endrick Real Madrid debacle at the moment, and I won't really term it as a debacle. I think a debacle is harsh, kind of, but for a lack of a better term, that is what it's going to be. So for those of you that have heard, right, Endrick is likely to go on a loan deal to Lyon in January. And I'm a huge progenitor, if that's the word. I'm in support of that, right? I'm in support of that deal, of that loan move for however long, because Endrick is, coming from Palmeiras in Brazil, when he made his move to Real Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti. It looks like Carlo Ancelotti rated him highly, and this guy was basically the face card for Brazilian football at a particular time. Like he, known as the new, Brazil. When it comes to Brazil, every couple of years there's always a new maverick that comes from from nowhere, either Palmeiras or Santos or one of those clubs. There's always a new face of Brazilian football every couple of years. And it seemed like that with Endrick. This guy was doing incredible things at Palmeiras. He, won trophies there, scoring goals, and, tagged like the new Pele, or the new boy, the new face card of Brazilian football. And, he did big things in Palmeiras, right? I don't want to, my phone is here, but I don't want to start reading out his accomplishments on there. You can go search it for yourself. He accomplished a lot at Palmeiras. He was basically the face of the team. And this is with Brazilian football. It happened to Neymar. I'm sure it's happened to other Brazilian players, where they earn their stripes in the Brazilian League, and then a big club in Europe comes to scoop them up, and they go on to stardom, if I'm to put it like that. Happened with Ronaldo R9, happened with Neymar, happened with Pato, even what's his name, Ronaldinho, and so on and so forth, Pele, people like this. So in the case of Endrick here, he made that big move to Real Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti, who actually rated him. Carlo Ancelotti rated him, and at the moment, at the time, he was very young. Not saying that he's old now. He's still very young now, but he was younger at the time he made his move to Real Madrid. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 16 going 17. Something like that. Very young, probably 17. Made that move to Real Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti, and he featured. He was a regular. He featured regularly. He would come off the bench. There had been a couple of games I think he started. He scored incredible goals. The guy has one hell of a shot on his foot, right? So it looked like the sky was the limit for Endrick under Carlo Ancelotti. But as we all know now, Carlo Ancelotti isn't the coach of Real Madrid anymore. Funny enough, he's the coach of Brazil. Speaking on the current coach of Real Madrid, Xabi Alonso, this guy hasn't featured. This guy has barely featured for Real Madrid. This guy has barely featured for Real Madrid at the moment. I've only seen him play in one game for Real Madrid so far, which he came in as a substitute. And I really can't remember what game that was, but I remember watching it. That's the only game I've seen this guy play, coming to as a substitute this season. Aside from that, this guy hasn't featured a lot for Real Madrid. And it's clear that Xabi Alonso does not rate him. Xabi Alonso doesn't rate him. It's clear. It's clear that Xabi Alonso does not rate him. At the moment, this Endrick is our third choice striker. This guy was the second. He was the second choice, last season. Now this guy is the third choice, and he's barely getting playing time. Especially with what Mbappe is doing this season. This guy barely gets a feature, and it's been a dilemma, not just for Endrick, but also a dilemma for Rodrigo at the moment as well. These guys haven't really been getting playing time, and Endrick is still young. He still has a bright future ahead, regardless whether it's with Real Madrid or not. Real Madrid might have just been the wrong move, and who knows, he can go to Lyon and catch fire there. Do you understand? So I agree that he should move. He should go on a loan deal to Lyon. Lyon is a good club. My phone keeps buzzing. Lyon is a good club. A legendary club in France. I feel like he would get at least decent playing time there. It will help build his confidence back, and a lot of players want to make it into their country's World Cup squad. We all know that the World Cup is coming very soon, and a lot of countries, that are qualifying for the World Cup or have qualified for the World Cup, their players want to be in that squad. And you can't be in the squad if you are not playing regularly for your club. Do I think Endrick is going to make it into that Brazil's World Cup squad, even if he makes his move to Lyon? I really don't think so. But this is me just projecting. Who knows? He might move to Lyon and become a beast, like be incredible, and give Ancelotti something to really think about. But I'm just speaking based on from the perspective I'm seeing it right now. I don't think he would make it into that World Cup squad. But the thing is, he's still young. If he doesn't make it to this one, he can definitely make it to the next one and make it to the one after that. So he still has time on his side. But I get it, as a young player nowadays, the players are making it younger. We've seen with especially the thing that Lamine Yamal has done. Players now 17, 18, 19, you want to make it into every squad. And that's a great attitude to have. That's a very great attitude to have. Why wait? Do you understand? Why wait? But not every player is a Lamine Yamal. Not every player is, a Wayne Rooney. So not every player is a Neymar. Not every player is an Mbappe at that age. Do you understand? These guys are mavericks. These guys are like once in a lifetime or once in every 2 decade type of players. They don't come by often. Do you understand? So, but I think going to Lyon, going to maybe a much easier league, the French league, it might work for him. He might get a lot of playing time there, score a handful of goals, and it's rejuvenate his career, because at the moment it's looking dim. It's looking really dim for him at Real Madrid. And for me, I don't think there's any use staying in a team that just to stay there, just to say that, oh, you play for Real Madrid and you get featured once every 11 games or something crazy like that. What's the point? Go somewhere else to seek better opportunities. Like, Real Madrid might be the biggest club or most successful club in the world, but it's not. Football didn't start at Real Madrid and it doesn't end at Real Madrid. Go elsewhere. Lyon is also a big club. It's a big club in France. So I'm a supporter. I think in January you should make that move. Initially, I heard that Real Madrid, Manchester United was interested. I don't know how that would have worked out, but at the moment, I would say that Endrick should weigh his options, and Lyon looks like a good fit. He can go to Lyon. He can go to one of those clubs in Germany. If Premier League clubs are interested, he can go to maybe Brentford or Fulham, clubs like that are like mid-table in a big league as well. Do you understand? Because if someone like Endrick goes to a Fulham or a Brentford or maybe like an Everton, and he does really well because it's the Premier League, he is going to be raved about. His name is going to buzz. And even a club like Lyon as well, if he does really well, his name is going to buzz as well. Because France now, everybody has their eyes on France, with PSG just winning the Champions League and dominating, club football this past year. People have their eye on France. People who used to say, oh, it was the Farmers League, It's not the Farmers League anymore, in my personal opinion. So, yeah, I think it's a good deal to do. I would like for him to go to Lyon and see what he makes of it. For those of us that play football, that you're not confident when you're not playing. No player generates confidence sitting on the bench, especially when you're coming from somewhere you used to play all the time. Or at least even at Real Madrid, his first season, he was coming in as a substitute. But under Xabi Alonso, this guy is, a perpetual bench warmer. So that's really all I have to say, man. Let me know what you think. Do you think he should stay in Real Madrid, or he should make that move to Lyon? Let me know what your opinion is in the comment section below. Please like the video so that it helps push the algorithm to more people, and please subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified when I release more videos. And until next time, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.